So check this out. This is from, I think, ABC 15 in Phoenix. You're going to hear the anchors set up the reporter. Tunde, let's set us off.
Big story tonight, the Phoenix police chief suspended for a day. Other department leaders demoted as investigations wrap up into Phoenix PD.
ABC 15 investigator Dave Biskobing exposed false gang charges against protesters and that challenge going within the department. His politically charged investigation sparked the city to hire a law firm to look into all of it, and now their findings are in.
No one knows these cases better than Dave. Tonight he's breaking down the key takeaways and what got us to this point.
The outside investigation is damning. It confirms everything ABC 15's reported this year. And it shows this scandal reached the highest levels of the department. That includes Chief Jerry Williams. Now first, the findings about the protesters who were falsely charged as a criminal street gang. Here's a timeline. This group was arrested downtown on October 17th. 10 days later, Police Sergeant Doug McBride and county prosecutors testified before a grand jury and claimed they were an organized gang called ACAB, or All Cops Are Bastards, because it was...
Don't let that part fly under the radar. He just said that Phoenix police and county prosecutors were going to grand juries to say that protesters arrested who had ACAB signs, All Cops Are Bastard signs, were part of a gang. Now, they knew good and goddamn well that ACAB wasn't no damn gang. And if they didn't know well, but then that's all the more reason for defunding the police. If they don't even have a good common sense or even the street intelligence to understand that ACAB is a rallying cry and not a gang. Not a gang. But the prosecutors and the police felt free to go in there and tell lies under oath. Let's resume, Tunde. Sorry.
Bastards, because it was one of the things they chanted. They also testified the group was like the Bloods, Crips, and Hells Angels. None of that was true. The investigation confirms it. Quote, "We found no credible evidence to substantiate the classification of ACAB as a group or gang, or that the protesters would resort to violence." The investigation also confirmed the decision reached the highest levels. Between the arrests and the charges, at a meeting on October 23rd involving prosecutors, the FBI, and Phoenix officials, including multiple assistant chiefs, everyone signed off on the plan. Not only did they all approve, it was discussed and agreed that Sergeant McBride would file a second incident report in order to bolster the gang charges.
Back and forth.
And Sergeant McBride did just that. The report states the day after the gang charges were obtained, he went and filed a new report to describe the group as a gang for the first time. So where was Chief Williams in all of this? Well, she claims she didn't know, that none of her multiple assistant chiefs told her. Now to the part of the investigation into this challenge coin.
Okay, stop it right there, Tunde. Stop it right there. Stop it right there. Okay, before we get into the part about the challenge coin, which Dave Biskobing from ABC 15 is about to tie this shit together in a nice, beautiful bow. Please, guys, analyze what exactly he was reporting there. There was a concerted effort, dare I say, a conspiracy by Phoenix police, county prosecutors, the FBI, in order to tailor their clearly perjured testimony to a grand jury in order to frame peaceful protesters as being gang affiliated, right? This is how movements on the left, people who resist state authoritarianism, are targeted for incarceration, okay? Among other things, including harassment, abuse, and death, right? But this is blatant, guys. Like, this isn't Bull Connor. You feel me? Like, this is more surreptitious, right? Like, they was trying to be sneaky about it. And the fact that the Phoenix Police Department enjoined a outside law firm to do this investigation. By the way, Phoenix police were uncooperative with this outside investigation. Shocker, shocker. And it's just another reminder, like, please don't let Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi and all these motherfuckers point to Cuba and Iran and North Korea and tell you about how their people are being repressed by the state, how their media is being repressed by the state, how dissent is being cracked down violently. Bitch, what the fuck is this? And this is American brand, shorty. We do this shit better than Iran. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we probably do this shit better than Iran or North Korea. Should be, to be perfectly real. But anyway, there was a challenge coin. Challenge. Let's see how we can oppress and repress people's constitutional rights. Challenge coin. Tunde, pick us up.
This challenge coin. We exposed its existence in a February report and then how it has ties to hate speech. It's from this incident in August 2017. A man was shot in the groin by protest response officers. To celebrate, police shared, sold, and traded the coins. But the Ballard Spahr investigation confirmed it wasn't just coins, but also t-shirts, patches, and other memorabilia. In fact, there was a box full of the material, quote, stored in a station briefing room, which is a high-traffic area. The investigation was not able to determine how many total officers had the coin, if officers came up with the design, or who dropped off the box. But everyone denied any knowledge about the meaning of the language on the coin. As for Chief Williams, she was shown pictures of that coin in 2019 during a deposition as part of a lawsuit, but she took no action. The investigation finding PPD leadership failed to take appropriate steps to investigate the challenge coin and related memorabilia. As discussed above, no official investigation was completed until Ballard Spahr was retained nearly 4 years after the coin's creation. And here's why the coin and the gang charges are connected. If Chief Williams properly investigated the coin years ago, the gang charges likely would never have happened. Many of the main officers who had the coin are the same officers who handled the protest arrests in 2020, and that includes...
Y'all hear that? So, had the black police chief, the black woman police chief, Chief Williams, knew that she had bad cops in her midst, right? Had she taken the time to address the bad cops, the bad apples, perhaps, as outlined by the reporter, these protesters utilizing their freedom of speech, freedom to assemble, freedom to protest, maybe they would not have had their civil rights and constitutional rights trampled upon. Just a thought. That's why that few bad apple shit never rings true to especially people who have experienced police violence, because we know how often so-called good cops will see bad cops doing shit and in turn won't say anything, won't report on them, won't tell, right? So ergo, therefore, that makes the good cop bad cop too. The story notwithstanding, which is of course egregious and probably being repeated in every single city and town across this country when it came to demonstrators out in the streets last year or really at any time, right? The police are fucking with BLM. The police are fucking with people out there, for black people out there protesting ICE or against ICE, out there protesting for, you know, our LGBTQ plus sisters and bros. Like, but I appreciate this reporting from this local journalist for the simple fact that, guys, I don't know about y'all, in DC and in Baltimore, local media does not go hard at law enforcement or really any official entity. And it's because so many of these journalists crave access, right? Well, if I report too negatively about the police chief, then the mayor won't give me an interview. Bitch, who the fuck cares? Like, you better tell the people out here what is actually happening in the halls of power. And if you're just there to be cop stenographer, mayor stenographer, you just there to report the press release, get the fuck out the business, shorty. What the hell's you doing here, man? The journalist is the fourth wall, okay? We are supposed to be here to serve a purpose and serving the interests of the people, not the interest of the powerful. So again, credit to that reporter for that report there, guys. Coming straight out of Phoenix. I'm gonna be keeping an eye upon that.